Hello, and welcome to my final pitch for creative process. In this semester, I chose the topic of in the border territory, but I took a different approach with a different indigenous culture in North America. I took the Mayan and Aztecan culture as a reference for my project on this semester. My whole process started by taking some references on internet. First of all, taking a look how this culture looked like before, not just draws and pictures of what happened before. My whole process started by taking some references in the internet and make some mood boards based on it. First of all, I took a look on how the Aztecs and Mayan would look like before, how their garments were, how the jewelry, piercings, tattoos, etc. After that, I took the approach of the warriors, and it was because it's kind of subtopic I like, and I made some research. Basically, where for them was really important. Basically, these cultures had two different soldiers. One were the eagle soldiers, and one the other were the jaguar soldiers. They had different gods as well as different rituals to become one of them, different customs and different weapons. These gods were based in the god of war and the god of the night. I choose to go with the Eagle Knight Soldier. This is because it's much more easy for me to accomplish the 3D modeling. And after this, I take a look at some references on different approaches in different concept arts from different artists and different styles as well. Basically, how other artists approach this project or this concept. Then I went with the character style, how this character will look like, how his body will look like, and how it's going to be modeled. And I took a look at these references that you see in the screen, much more like a planar face style, really stylized. Then I jumped on the mood board of how the weapon and jewelry would look like for this person. Basically, I took some references from real life, as well as some references for video games and arts that other artists have made as well. They have like some affinity with the green palette of color and also the stones, also like the gemstones they incrusted in the weapons. Then I started making the sculpt. After having the concept done already, I started with the sculpt. This is how the sculpt looks like. After this, I went for the high poly resolution to make it on Substance Painter at the end. And after the sculpt of the character, I started making the weapon. I made the texture the weapon, and this is how it looks like with the special characteristic of the obsidian stones encrusted in the wood. After that, I jumped to the costume elements that the character will have, which were basically like some kind of helmet or mask, the shoulder armory, the brand armory, a skirt, a belt, some heroic armory as well, and details on these ones like necklace, jewelry on the face, tattoos on the face as well, and some bumps in the skin, for example, like wounds from war and all this kind of stuff. After this, I chose to make a character a rig just to put it in a pose for the final render. So this is how the clay model looks like with all the elements on it, as well as the pose that I chose. And this is how the final renders looks like after texturing and baking the textures as well on the from the high poly to the low poly model. This is how it looks like at the end. So yep, that's it. Thank you so much.